What's up, guys? My name is Jeff, and today we're playing Enchantified, where I modified the word enchantment with the word modified. Deep stuff. All right, guys, we're going to be diving into a fun deck that I think is actually pretty powerful. Just going off with the most powerful cards in the format right now, Generous Visitors and Kami of Transience, which I think are really, really powerful cards in general. And I realized that there's actually a decent amount of enchantments that we just play naturally if we're trying to play a GRUUL deck. We bring in Kumano in the one-drop slot, which is perfect, adds counters to everything, which we're trying to play a modified deck with a Raiju anyway. We're trying to play Jugan, which needs lots of modified creatures. We have Kodama, which also gives everything that's modified trample. So we are already wanting to play this anyway. So adding the Generous Visitors actually works in really well because we're already playing Ranger class. I can actually trade out some of our removal stuff with Arni Slays the Troll, which is perfect for the deck anyway, where we fight stuff if we want to. We put counters onto things. We add extra mana. It just does all the things. It also gains its life. This is just a really sweet card. I also was, before I was playing Snakeskin Vale, but I actually think Tamiyo Safekeeping is just better right now. Like, there's so much board wipe in the format. There's lots of like there is a lot of things like Meat Hook Massacre that give negative X or whatever negative, and so getting the +1 might actually save something sometimes where this doesn't. But ultimately, I've been liking Tamiyo Safekeeping better. I just barely made that switch, and it's definitely going to be a better one. Anyway, we already have plenty of enchantments. There's not a ton. There's 13 enchantments, and so having Generous Visitors won't trigger every single turn, but it will trigger multiple times, especially in the early game, and that's what we need to make sure everything's modified, to make sure we're hitting in over the top with Thundering Raiju, and we just have enough damage, enough power, and we get to bring Kami's Flare into this deck too, that it's pretty good. So let's go ahead and dive into the gameplay. Let's see how it does for us. Let's dive into it. All right, very awkward hand. We have removal. If we find a land to Jugan, Jugan actually is pretty good by itself. Any we find after that point is actually really nice. So we can try this hand. It's just super mid-rangey without the third land, which is a little bit awkward. But on the play, we have a couple of chances to find it. Only 2 lands in hand, meaning we have a really high chance, high probability of finding more. We are going to hold off on playing out the Generous Visitors here. Having removal for a ninjutsu deck, gonna be even better. Mono blue. Not mono blue. Well, we'll kill one of you, so don't mill us right away. This might just be a mill deck. That's good. All right, perfect. We don't get Generous Visitor out first. I could have played it out and then hold up the Kami's Flare, but right now we're just trying to ramp up. We're trying to get out the other ones, and just trying to get a presence on board at the moment. All right, yeah, it's a mill deck. It's mill. All right. Counter there. Here's the question. Do I play out Generous Visitors and Kodama, or do I hit Kodama and hit in with the 2 so that I can actually get the land to be able to play more stuff on later turns? Kind of an awkward play. Let's go Kodama. It has the reach as well. And we're just gonna hit in. This Visitors is, yeah, being a little bit awkward there. It's a tap land, so that's fine. This does thin out our deck 1 as well, which is a little bit awkward. These we can decline to find if we ever need to, which is nice. Find a red source, pass the turn. This coming back will be great for us. Boseiju. All right. Land also good for us. All right, so we haven't seen... They could have like a Crush the Weak, I guess could be a bad thing for us. Generous Visitors. Am I playing this Kami's Flare? We already get modified on everything with Kodama. I think I'm going to pay 1 here. So I'm not going to use the Kami's Flare this turn. I'm going to try to get these guys a little bit bigger. Mostly right now I'm putting a counter onto Kodama. and trying to swing with both of these guys. If they double block the token, that's fine. We're going to decline on that one. We are thinning out our deck a little bit, but this also lets us be a bit more aggro. Dual strike and crush the weak. Oh, whew. That could have been really bad. Or whatever the one is that hurts us lots. So there is the other modified red creature that whenever a modified creature you control dies, a non-token modified creature you control dies, you get to make a spirit, which isn't bad. All right, we have trample. They forgot about that part. Awesome. We still get to go grab everything. Yeah, we're at 46. We should be fine to grab cards. Right, yeah. Right now, it's just letting us be more aggro. Right, okay. All right, Remnant's going to be massive next turn. Let's see how much removals and such that they've got. Okay, this is big. We're not going to grab our lands this time. Teach by example. There it is. Yeah, Cinderclasm's the name of it. All right. That kills our entire board. I knew I should have put a counter there. All right. Yeah, which makes these guys smaller. There's the other one. All right, so bad stuff happened. Ah, man, I knew it. I should have put the counter onto something else to keep it safer. Ruin Crab. Well, we have a chance to kill one of them right now. I could wait until they come down and we have a chance to modify something. And that gives us 4 points of damage, which actually might be worthwhile here. Let's kill one of them. Now we're going really slow is the issue. I'll save off on the other one because they already get the trigger right now. So we'll try to hold off for the next turn. Can't stop the trigger. Lands go before other stuff. Asha. All right, 25 cards left. They're not going for double Tasha because only one card left in hand, so that's good. Okay. Saga transforms. We get quite a bit of stuff here. All right, so bounce would be annoying. We're going to pay 1. I'm going to go ahead and Kami's Flare now. All right, they didn't have the bounce, which is really nice. All right, counter onto you. Down to 5. And a guy coming back afterwards. Tasha City's Laughter. Down to 13. Do you have another one? Did they top deck another one? Madden Cacophony, 8. That's game. Good game. Ooh, all right. I almost said oops there. Ooh, all right. That was fun. That was a fun one. I actually really like playing against the mill deck, especially because I typically play aggro decks that do well against them. It just makes it fun. All right, up against Kamal, and yeah, perfect hand here. I like it a lot. All right, some destruction stuff, or sorry, discard stuff. I mean, pass the turn. A GRUUL discard. Not so fun. Do I want to scry right now? I'm not going to be killing these things. I'm not going to be killing much else. I think I actually would rather scry and make sure I'm hitting either another red source. That's kind of removal. Nah, we can get something better off the top there. A red land's not bad. Go Kami. Pass the turn. You guys are actually pretty good defenders for us. Eska. All right. Little awkward. All right, go Ranger class. We already showed them that we had to play with fire, so I'm going to see if they'll block now. Gotta hover over my hand. All right, they didn't go for it. All right. Bastard. Man, all of this 4 toughness stuff is really annoying. It's pretty good. I'm really not sure what they're playing. Are they actually playing a 5-color deck? It's highly unlikely. They probably are playing some stuff with treasures, but typically that takes up like the 1-drop slot. They're playing many other things. All right, that's big too. We don't have good removal for all of this right now. So when this dies, bad things happen. Starts 2 cards and loses 2 life. If they find a Turgid on this next turn, we're in so much trouble. We're gonna do this. Put a counter into Kami. It comes back with other stuff anyway. They're just gonna go for the trade-off here. That's fine. Pass the turn. We're gonna hold up the Kami's flare. Hopefully that, you know, does something. But now we're just in trouble. Say, dude, every flippin' thing has 4 toughness. Stop it! Oh, this is awful. And everything has hexproof now. Cool. Yeah, vigilance as well. Wow, I forgot about that part. Dude, this is brutal. This is really brutal. What are we supposed to do? And this is like not the thing I was expecting at any point in time. We can put a counter onto Raiju. We can make one of them a 5/5 is kind of the issue here. And then not have Kami's Flare to finish up and actually kill something. So it's just awkward. I guess I go swinging with the Raiju. They can double hit. So swinging, I put 2 counters onto Raiju with this and with Raiju's ability. They block. Yeah, we go with that. Just swinging here. Down to 17. Hit with a 5-er. It's tapped creatures that have Death Touch, right? Okay. They also have Hive the Eye Tyrant online, which is a little bit not great. They didn't tap down for mana right then and give it Death Touch. Okay, cool. That's the other thing. They could have tapped down and given it Death Touch. Anything with legendary, easily done that. So maybe Arena just didn't give them the opportunity. They forgot to hold full control for that. Typically, if it's a mana ability, it'll offer you a chance to add mana at any given time, basically. But who knows? So this is tapped down. Our life total is going a little bit lower. So yeah, we know it's other creatures have Death Touch. They don't have Death Touch. Ha! You fool. And 10. And now we're actually racing pretty well. Perhaps. They could be going for something. Oh, Cooling Ritual. I think it's for the Ranger class too, huh? Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Crap. All right, we have a Lair of the Hydra to hit in with here. Yep, take action, bring that back as well. This guy in the air is what's Not fun. Okay, put that out. Put Kumano. Hive of the Eye Tyrant is a little bit annoying. So I think, yeah, just put out Kami here. I don't know why I didn't play Kami before the Kumano. That was a misplay. I was thinking about something else. I was thinking about seeing if I wanted to get the Lair of the Hydra, so I was going to try to plan out my mana a little bit different to put a counter onto this instead, but I definitely should have played out Kami first there. Down to 10. Yeah, if this would have been a 4-4, it would have been in a much better shape. Last turn. Now I can't actually block the Seraph. Yep, so mistakes were made. Let's see how bad it hurts us. Binding. Well, they don't go for Hive, at least. Kills the Raiju, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's not really the only thing that works. Is there anything worthwhile to hit with Boseiju? I mean, I can hit this, but that doesn't really help us a ton. I actually want them to tap all out. They can untap a creature or land they control on the next turn as well, so they have a big blocker for this guy. And 5. Debating if I want to fire off this Kami's Flare right now, just to get 2 points of damage. They go down to 8. We have Lair of the Hydra, which they're just going to chump block with Seraph. They have this to kill us on the next turn. Is there any way I can gain life? Inscription of Abundance would be something. I think just having the land to make it bigger is going to be better. Yeah, I think we're dead. I think we're dead. We'll go X4. Hold on for the yeah, no, we're just, it's over. Drats. That was a weird deck. Very unexpected. And that is why I actually like playing in free play. Free play is a great place to be able to just see other stuff. Right now I'm playing in free play because I am not trying to, I'm trying to rank up on the other stuff. And this is a deck that is really fun, but not when I'm trying to rank up the Mythic. All right, pretty beautiful hand. A little bit of a slow land, but we're going to keep it. We have Visitors into Transience. No enchantments, which is a bit awkward. It has some removal, that's fine. Frostbite. All right, so mono red. Okay, yeah, it could be like an Izzet deck or something like that. All right, we found all of our mana. Life is phenomenal. Probably removal here too. I'm kind of fine with this one going to the graveyard unless they have something that exiles. Another Frostbite, okay. Do I get you out tapped now? No, we have enough mana. So we just kind of hold off here. I could go and Lair the Hydra for one. That seems like a really brilliant idea against a red deck that's only had removal so far. Okay, so Smashing can take care of that next turn. Or we just hit hard with Thundering Raiju. See what else they get out. There's actually like a mono red tokens deck that could be pretty powerful, I think. All right, double Raiju means we definitely go for the Raijus. I'm kind of expecting this one gets killed too, though, but it's worth it to try to go for it. So there's the land that gives you tokens now in red. There's a bunch of these other things that give a bunch of goblin tokens, and then you can play like one goblin lord, or there's actually a couple of really good goblin lords that maybe you play in like a mid-range token deck where you control the board, you wipe it whenever you need to. Could be actually really interesting. Is that what we're seeing here? Hobgoblin Lord, yeah, which is a pretty interesting card in general. Hastiness, lots and lots of damage. Yeah. Okay, that hurts. Stop it. All right, bolt ourselves to kill more things. Is that what we're doing? I don't think so. We're definitely killing you, getting some extra damage out of it. I was debating if I wanted to kill it with the ambush instead so that I could hold on to the flare for later. Because now we're kind of in trouble. And I used 2 red, so I can't actually use the Shatterskull Smashing for anything now. So having this for the next turn is actually going to be important. Well, we're playing this. Yeah. I think we go aggro. Now we're taking 5 next turn. If they have a lord, we're dead. So then we're just dead. Swing in, counter there, down to 5. So that's, I mean, we're winning the race. The issue is they can just hold back 1 blocker and we're in trouble. But we do have Shatterskull Smashing to kind of change that math a little bit. Okay, swings everything out. Whoa, yeah, that's good. All right, good game. There you go. I actually like this deck. I think this is pretty powerful, actually. I'm not sure if that was an actual like goblins deck and they just happen to draw all the tokens things like, well, I guess that works. Or if it was something else, because that's kind of interesting. Like there's I think there's also the goblin one that says, okay, however many times you have these in the graveyard. I think that's still in the format because it was a part of the arena starters pack as well. Goblin Gathering. That could actually be really busted. So interesting. All right, a little bit of a slow hand. I'm going to keep this one. I'm debating if I want to play this on turn 1 or turn 2. On turn 2, I can get a Kodama with that's a 4/4 on turn 3, which is actually pretty wonderful. So let's do that. Let's play this tapped. We also want to play out our lands to get to the Wrenn and Seven, so I'm okay playing a tapped out land out. Just fine. This one on red. Let's go. Yeah, just the Kumano. All right, so gain some life, destroys enchantments. This is a pretty good card. Just in mono white, not bad at all. All right, enchantments and spirits, right? Okay, so we're going for Kodama with a reach. Catilda's a bad. We haven't found any removal, but at least we have a bunch of reach creatures. Let's see if they remember this has reach. That might be a good way for us to win this game real quick. We can also see how much removal they got. Okay, they didn't remember. Or they did remember. Good. Cool, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, interesting option here. So just killing Catilda, good play. We have Generous Visitors as well, so we set up pretty nicely. But we could also play Generous Visitors into Jugan, put a counter here, and go super aggro, hit 2 lands, have a Wrenn and Seven that's massive on the next turn. They might gain some life, but we set up to be just, like, dominant. They could also have Wanderer here, though, as well. I think I'm going for this. I'd rather build up my board. If they do have Wanderer, it's pretty annoying. Counter onto you. And maybe if they have Wanderer, I just swing here. And it's like, okay, Wanderer onto that guy, that's fine. It doesn't bother me as much. I'm protecting, I'm just holding back for reach anyway. That's the reason why. Yeah, it feels like a Wanderer play. So let's just go with this. Ah. Gains indestructible. Cool, getting some life. Cool. We get the modified play here. So we at least get a land. And now Wrenn and Seven's looking even better. Even butter. And we have an extra red source for the Kami's Flare afterwards. Until this leaves the battlefield. Okay. It's pretty good. Oh. Ooh. Now I just have Kami's Flare into play with fire. They probably have another one of these, though. And maybe we play a fire in response. Let's see if we need to. All right. We're going to kill this no matter what. Kill you. Makes this smaller, lets us swing in with everything. Actually, I guess not the 2/2s. They could die. I haven't played the land or used this, so let's just go with these guys here. I'm expecting to use the play of fire here. Okay, let's just find lands. Tilda is annoying, but man, we have so many lands on the battlefield now. Okay, yeah, opponent keeps it up. Yeah, it's 2 more lands. We get a Wrenn and Seven that'll make like a massive dude. Ooh, that'd be fun. All right, that was good. All right, against Prim and good hand. We'll keep this. Some tapped lands, which is a little bit awkward. We're playing this out tap for past the turn. Trying to think if I want to get Ranger class out. The issue with this is we won't get the counter onto something. Because we don't have any creature in hand at the moment, but, you know, that's okay. Let's throw this on green. We already have to double red. Gosh, dang it. What am I thinking? Am I flipping silly pants? That's what I'm thinking. All right, so this is what I was planning out the whole time, is just put the counter under there, have a modified creature. They don't expect it now. Seriously. Yeah. Guys, it was all intentional. I definitely didn't make any mistakes and like totally wasted 2 turns at all. That never happens to me. Arni Sin's a troll is pretty flippin' awesome. This comes down as a 4/4. Gets a hit in as a 5/5. Down to 14. Down to 9. Yeah, here's the Blizzard Brawl. See, do they go aggro, though? Oh my gosh. I hate how much of that kind of removal this deck has. It's just so annoying. This guy comes down. Ranger class, tick it up. This forces stuff to fight. It doesn't actually force it, I guess. We can put counters onto stuff if we want to, just to get things bigger. Is that actually better? Just like to make sure our stuff actually gets big enough to start swinging through. So I could just play this out simply for the fact to add mana for a Shatterskull Smashing to kill something next turn, which is already going to be a good thing for us. And also to put counters onto like Kumano or the Wolf. We get to swing and have it be a 5/5 on the next turn. Because it does say up to 1 target creature you don't control, so I can just choose nothing. I guess I can't now because I already activated this thing. But interesting concept. What do you guys think about that? Like, that is Arni good enough to play without the fight part of it? Because it is 2 counters. That's not a bad amount of counters. All right, so I can go X3 with a smashing. Anything that die with the Kumano, actually pretty nice here. Let's throw you out on red. I guess right now we're just going to tick this up while we can. We're not doing anything really. They're not attacking, which has been nice. Nothing off top. This is one issue with this deck. We have 4 copies of Ranger class, and we have enough enchantments off the top that we actually don't have that many creatures. It's a little bit awkward, but this still is still valuable effect even in this deck where we still have plenty of creatures. See, we don't actually have the numbers on this, but if you guys want to check out MTG Assistant, link down in the description below, help support the channel a ton. Not going with both. This is on defense as well, right? No blocks. They are down to 9, so they're playing conservatively. Good for you. I hate you. All right, we need to be able to gain some life at some point. Nothing off the top. Nothing is ever off the top. So we're definitely dead next turn. So we have to throw everything this turn. Ah, forgot about that. Forgot about the defense. I was gonna say we could like swing in, get it down to 1, then we can kill it with Shatterskull Smashing just to get something off the board. Exile so they don't get something back. Can I even block enough damage right now? No, I cannot. Ah, man. Yeah, the double removal that they had there was pretty brutal. We were set up well for a moment. It's at 0. Yeah, and it's lethal anyway, so if I had played it out the other time, instead of ticking up with Ranger class, I would have been able to at least gain the life, have a big guy out there as well, and we would have been able to survive, actually. Not thrive, but now even if we block everything, we're still dying, so good game. Oy. So actually, I misplayed there. I should have played out the Arni Slays the Troll instead of ticking up Ranger class. Up against mtga. Ooh, great hand. Keep this. Need 1 more land for the Jugan, and then everything's perfect. We have this to be able to scry. We need to. I could lead off with that and go Generous Visitors and Kumano on turn 2. It gives us actually a higher chance to have a creature to play with this. Nah, we're gonna go for Lair. Visitor, pass the turn. There we go, found land. All right, land is grand. Kumano. Counter there. Unfortunately, this doesn't just say the next creature that enters the battlefield. Otherwise, the token that we would make from here would be okay to be able to get a counter onto it. We are probably going to be playing this Jugan no matter what. Unfortunately, we don't have another red source for the Raiju at the moment. Some good removal. Yeah, I just want this. Counter onto visitors, hit in for 3. Missing out on that one, but that's okay. Down to 14. Everything is red. That's a little bit awkward. All right, counters on to you guys. I think I want to hold on to the Kami's Flare. 3 colors. Or just to play with the fire to get some scry. Like, if I can find a red source here, we're in such better shape. So, pass the turn. Jugan gets to come back, so if they have board wipe, we're still in okay shape. This feels like a Doom Scar right now. Doom Scars. Yep, okay, so play the fire. Not the thing we need. Oh. Sweet. That was a little bit of an early scoop, but I mean, we did have 1 more damage here. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, guys, that was Enchantified for you. And it's an interesting deck. Like, in theory, this deck is insanely busted. The issue is mana base. The mana base for me has been awkward almost every game that I played with it, where it would be amazing if we can go like Kumano on turn 1 or Generous Visitors turn 1, which is perfect. We actually had them in our hand most of the time, but the awkward part is that like we would have enough Rockfall Vales that we'd have to play out a tap land, which like there's only 4 of those and everything else comes in untapped. So it should be fine, right? Like we shouldn't run into all the time. I run into that like 9 out of 10 games, it feels like it's been really frustrating. And then yeah, just things kind of get awkward, or we have double red when we need double green, or we have double green when we need double red, and it's just is feeling really funky where we just don't have that. The Kodama is supposed to be able to help out. We have enough basic lands, we can go find all that stuff out. So like as long as we have a modified creature on the battlefield, which we were doing consistently, get a Kodama out and be able to hit in, which we're doing fairly consistently, it should be fine. Kami of Transience felt really good, but we just didn't have it in the hands. Like the times we drew it were the hands that didn't have like any enchantments to be playing with it, or we found it and then they would kill it right away and we wouldn't be able to do anything else. And so we ran up against a little bit awkward decks. It was in free play, so it wasn't the typical things you run up against in competitive or in ranked, whatever. I love that we saw variety today, guys. That is so fun to be able to see variety. Like that is my favorite thing about playing in free play, is that I actually run up against something other than mono white or the Naya runes, and then blue white control if it's not one of those two, you know. But I was trying to record a video the other day and I ran up against mono white 9 games in a row. Oh, sorry. I ran into Naya runes 2 times within 11 games. And so, oh my gosh, it was so brutal, so brutal. And so anyway, this is the whole point of what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to create new interesting decks that are competitive, that are good against other things out there. This one may not be there. Ranger class was feeling lackluster in this deck. I don't know why. Like Ranger class is typically really good, but maybe it's just too slow for the format nowadays. I don't know. It's also, we don't have as many creatures to be hitting. Like we only have 13 actual creatures to hit. So it's a little bit awkward with Ranger class, where it was a way to put counters onto things. It's a way to get another creature out there that can be modified. We can occasionally top deck stuff that's a little bit better. But with only 13 creatures, it actually is a little bit awkward. Like a lot of our creatures are enchantments instead, and we just have a lot of extra stuff in there. It's kind of more mid-rangey in general. The ambush we never actually used. A little bit awkward too. So maybe some of these modified lands aren't worth playing. We found that like almost every game as well, which is a little bit awkward as a 1-of. That's how Magic goes for me. You put a 1-of in it, you find it all the time, which is not what you want. Hope you guys enjoyed it though. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave down some comments below what other decks, other ideas that are fun that I haven't done yet. There's definitely a lot of things I want to be doing, so let me know. See you guys in the next one, and bye-bye.